Hello, I'm Pastor Linda, and I have written this book for children. It was very easy to write because it seemed to be directly downloaded from the heavens. So I wanted to read the book as a parent guide and point out places where there were opportunities to discuss things like cooperation, faith, prayer. So this is the name of it. It came out of a painting that was also not planned. Also came down from heaven. So this is the cover, Mirror Horses, and it's about a young mirror horse. They're mystical horses. Don't expect them to look like real horses. Um, this one has two heads, and that becomes the problem. So, if at the end you are interested in purchasing, there's a soft cover for $11.99 on Amazon, and you need to put in my name, Linda Mateo. If you put in mirror horses, it's likely to pop up mirrors. So, there is a hardcover, but asking for improvements in the manufacturing. So you can get the soft cover, and it's also available on as an ebook. So here we go. I dress casually because most of us reading to our children or grandchildren or nephews or nieces are dressed casually. So this particular T-shirt was given to me by my granddaughter, and it says "Never too old to believe in fairy tales." So fairy tales have messages in them, and this story has messages as well, but they're not hit over the head messages. I was a licensed clinical social worker for many years working with children, and they really understand lessons from stories much better than adults. So I will try to show the pictures, but first I have to read it and hold it straight. So here we go, Mirror Horses. I'm opening to the beginning of the story. And this is the first picture that God gave me, that the story came out of. And you can see they're not real horses, they're mixed, mystical horses. So, mirror horses can only be seen in the light, never at night. They can only be seen by what they reflect. They are bedecked with the beauty around them, with the colors of all creation, with the green grass and blue sky. They are found in every nation. With the colors of flowers, they are ours to enjoy. But this is the story of how they almost lost their glory because of the word I. So here's the picture again that inspired the story. This is the next picture. You can see they're looking at each other. They have two different heads on the same body. There are all types of mirror horses. Some adult warriors with 4 legs and 1 head, but these mirror horses, they were quite young and oh, so high-strung. They shared one beautiful body with 2 awesome heads and 2 sets of legs. The front legs were strong, for strength they would won. The back legs were long, but so thin. But the heads were the problem, with 2 different brains, beautifully adorned with 2 different names. So you can see that one of the sets of legs are very muscular and the other one very thin legs. I want to go to the right, said the one in the back, where the sun is so bright, my beauty won't lack. My golden mane will sparkle and glow for all to admire me so. So here's the picture. He's looking proudly about his looks, his God-given looks, and he's very proud of his looks that he had nothing to do with. So um, there is an opportunity, if you choose to talk about pride, uh, or to talk about, that we have much more value than just what we look like. But choose your opportunities because you want the child to enjoy the story. Okay. So here's the other one. And you notice his eyes are red and slitted. He's angry. You are so vain, said the one in the front. About that mane, he let out a grunt. I want to go to the left, up that rocky hill full of mud, where all can see how deft are my powerful legs. What a stud. So here's the other one. And he's just proud. Also, he's accusing the other one, but he's just as proud of his strong legs. So there's another opportunity to talk about pride, or not. You don't want to make the whole thing too much of a discussion. Or you could ask the child what they think about that. So here they are looking at each other and glaring at each other, really. The one on the right gave such a smirk of arrogance and pride that the one on the left, it did so irk the anger it could not hide. So there's another opportunity to talk about pride or anger, or people being irritated with friends. Don't do too much discussion on the same subject because the child might get bored. So there's the picture again. That's on the cover, and they're starting to head in two different directions. So the one in the back turned to the right with her thin legs pulled with all of her might, and the one in the front turned to the left with his strong legs. He put up such a fight. He strode towards the rocks and the mud. The back one resisted in order to win, dug all of her heels in. So there's the picture where they're starting to go opposite directions. Each wants his own way. So there's another opportunity to talk about wanting your own way and what that can result in. But you can just say, oh, they both want to go their own way and want their own way. So let's see what happens. Well, we see here in the next picture what happens. They're in a mud pit. And they're angry. They're baring teeth. Soon they became all twisted and fell with a thud. There they lay, all their legs tangled up. Instead of the glory, they reflected the mud. They looked at each other. This is all your fault, both said. And we are all alone, both said with a groan. So here's the picture again. They're in the mud pit, baring teeth, blaming each other. So you might ask the child, has that ever happened with a brother or sister or a friend? where they're in a bad situation and they're blaming each other. Again, don't push. If some kids were very talkative and other kids won't want to discuss it, so just let it be. So, in the next page, what's happening here? Hmm. They're putting their paws together, the hoofs. I wonder what they're doing. Let's see. Then they remembered the one on the throne. They looked up above. As their hearts filled with love, both said, I'm sorry. I was thinking only of me, they confessed. Now, right here, you can talk about what they're doing is basically praying, looking up at God and praying, asking for help. And what happens as a result is they forgive each other. They have a change of heart towards each other. And so there's a great opportunity about praying to God when you're in a situation that you need help with. And also point out how the prayer changed them, right? It changed their hearts. They forgave each other. So there's an opportunity to talk about forgiveness. If we just cooperate, I think we can get out of this mess. Yes, let's cooperate before they have to operate. So there's the theme of cooperation right there. Excuse me while I turn the page. Okay. First, let's imagine that we are already free, running through red flowers up to our knees. We are running as one through the fields. Oh, what power we can wield. So there's an opportunity again to talk about seeing it, believing it before it actually happens. And even sports therapy, sports, they envision things, they envision having the victory. So you can talk about seeing the victory in your head before you actually get it. You can talk about how they're going to figure this out, right? And where their ideas are coming from. Because remember, they just prayed. I think my thin legs can bend around this tree, and then I'll just grab it by bending my knee. Then you use one strong leg to turn us around and around until all our legs are back on the ground. That's a good idea. And when that is done, I'll use my strong legs to pull us out till we run. Do not fear. We will work as one. So there's the vision of seeing themselves running free. And there's great opportunities here to talk about cooperation and also using each other's strengths. So while the one has weak legs, the flexible legs, and the other one has strong legs, so they use each other's strengths to get out of this problem. And then it shows them actually doing it. So the back bent his thin legs around the tree and grabbed it by bending his knee. Then the front used one strong leg to turn them around and around until the legs were all back on the ground. Then the front used his strong legs to pull them out with a shout. Hooray! Cooperation has saved the day. Then they ran with elation amid the green grass and blue sky, reflecting the colors of the glory of creation again. And here they are, not just imagining, but actually free because they prayed. God gave them ideas. They cooperated. They forgave each other. So there they are, running free, beautiful colors of creation reflected in their bodies because they don't really have bodies that you can see. They have to reflect what's around them. So when they were in the pit, they reflected the mud, no longer the beautiful colors of creation. And that is the end. Then there's all about me. So we needed an extra page to make the book. So they put a big page about the author. So I'm just going to read it. The author has written a multiple award-winning screenplay for children titled Slippery Seal Faces the Evil Scary Face Monster. It won first place at the Canadian International Faith and Family Film Festival 2021. The author's goal is to write entertaining stories for children with inspiration, redemptive themes that teach values and problem-solving skills and raise self-esteem. Linda Orange Mateo, that's me again, has a BA in teaching from SUNY at Cortland and an MSW from Fordham University. I'm a licensed clinical social worker who has worked with children and families for many years. And I've used my creative mind that God gave me in that also. I used to make up stories spontaneously for the children to see their problem in a character and then to talk about it and actually help solve it. So children are very story oriented. They get the symbolism. So I am also an ordained Christian pastor and evangelist. I've had a stream TV show called Miracles Galore, which you can access all the episodes on youtube.com at Miracles Galore-Amen. And I also have an online ministry at Amen Healing Ministry on Facebook, where there are lots of video prayers for different conditions. On a personal note, I've been married to my wonderful husband now over 4 decades, and I have a daughter who has given me 2 wonderful grandchildren, and they keep me laughing, and they keep me in touch with the child's world. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. And please don't make the whole book about the lessons. You don't have to grab every lesson. Grab 1 or 2. See which ones the child responds to, and give them opportunities to talk. My granddaughter is a chatterbox, but my grandson, no. So just let it be that you can make a simple statement. Like, oh, did you notice they got the ideas after they prayed? You know, what do you think the ideas came from? Or if they don't know, you can say, oh, God must have given them ideas. Or did you notice after they prayed, they forgave each other and they were friends again? So, tune it to the child. And let them enjoy the story. So this is my first book. So I hope it helps many people to talk to the children and teach their children about cooperation, forgiveness, prayer, and also just cozy up with them with love. So I want to God bless all of you, and remind you, if you interested, you can go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble. Softcover is out already, and the ebook. Softcover is $11.99. Ebook, I think, is $5.99. The hardcover I took off because I'm waiting for them to improve the manufacturing. So God bless you all.